Today, I have successfully interrogated the Burlings. It's unbelievable the amount of fuss I caused. The family were hysterical. This morning, I was not happy at all. That poor girl, Eva Smith, such a waste. She committed suicide. She'd swallowed a lot of strong disinfectant, burnt her inside out. What was even worse was, she was carrying a baby. At first, I felt angry with her. I wanted to bring her back. I wanted to talk some sense into her. But then, I discovered her diaries. I knew the truth. I knew everything. When I arrived at the Burlings' house, I tried to remain as calm as possible. I really did. I had with me one photograph of Eva. They each needed to see it, apart from Eric. I knew he wouldn't need to see it. After all, he got very close to Eva, as did Gerald. I found it hard to interrogate Mr. and Mrs. Burling. They were very much alike. They were both selfish, arrogant, and stubborn people. Mr. Burling really irritated me. He really must like the sound of his own voice. He wouldn't shut up about how brilliant his life was, and how he was destined for knighthood. Honestly, how on earth could he have been there? He's such a pompous man. He sacked Eva. All she wanted was a tiny pea round. I mean, she was a hard-working girl. She never did anything wrong. The whole Burling family are to blame for Eva's suicide, not just Mr. Burling. Luckily, after Eva was sacked, she found another job at Millward's. But even that came to an end. That brat, Sheila Burling, had her sacked. She was jealous of Eva's beauty. Eva was devastated. Eva was desperate for another job. She managed to get a job at a local bar in town. It was very rough, but she managed. Whilst she worked there, two men took an interest in her, Eric Burling and Gerald Croft. Eva was very lonely, and she took comfort in being with these men. Gerald gave her lots of money and made her happy, but she couldn't go along with it, so she ended the affair. Overall though, Gerald was very polite towards her. On the other hand, Eric was a drunk, and he was forceful towards her. He treated her like dirt. When Eva discovered she was pregnant, he ended the relationship. He stole money from his father because he felt bad for Eva. She was really upset. She felt like she couldn't go on. And yet again, Eva was alone. Ultimately, Mrs. Burling made sure that Eva Smith met an untimely end. She turned her away, back into the cruel world. How could she refuse the charity Eva was entitled to? Eva was with child, alone and penniless. All hope was lost.